Sir, I am very proud of you uh, to be with the Olympian. Can I just know that what inspired you to be a footballer?
In fact, I belong to a football family. My uncles, elder brothers, my father, except one brother who was only a great educationist, all others played football. So it was in my blood, it was in my family from childhood itself. In fact, I was a child of I think 5 years when I used to see British teams playing in Hyderabad. I'm from Hyderabad, so I used to see Royal Air Force, tanks and other teams playing with Hyderabad teams. So that was a great inspiration. From childhood itself, I was interested in football. But to be very frank, in my school, I played a tournament. It was called Maharaja Pratapgi tournament for school children under 5 feet height and under 90-pound weights. After that, my parents wanted me to become a engineer. An engineer, so they wanted me to concentrate more on studies. So first year in my college life, I didn't play. First year was the second year match was there, and my friends they said no, you have to play. I went and played. We bet the entire college team was there, and I enjoyed myself. But we won, and my physical director, late Mangachalam Sahib, he was watching. He told me come next day to his office. So unlike present day physical directors, they were very much interested, and they are the people who brought us up. So he said, next year college captain you play, and I came into football.
So, what precaution did you take when you started playing football?
Nothing.
Means to keep yourself fit for this game.
And nothing, sir. Those days we didn't have any facility what we have today.
Right.
We never had any coaching center, nothing. My father was the late SRM of the India's coach from 50 to 1962. All achievements of Indian football team. He went for 2 Asian Games, 51, 62, both the time gold medal. 56 Olympic 4th position, 60 Olympic 6th position. But he was the only coach in India. We had only 3-4 coaches. So on our own we used to do whatever we learned in coaching camp. We used to practice there. The main thing was of dedication, sincerity, hard work, and one track mind. That we have to come up in football. We didn't have. We had cinemas, we had everything, but we used to, because those days night show parents never allowed. 3 o'clock if you go, your practice was affected. 6 o'clock again practice was affected. So mostly we hardly used to go to cinema. Main thing we were, you can say it was passion, it was love. I keep telling boys even today, if you want to come up, love the game. Love whatever you do, love it. Whatever. Now for example this camera. Until the gentleman, he loves it, he will not become a great camera photographer. So what you do, so it was love of football which is still carrying me or keeping me on the football ground.
Sir, these days players are just very publicity hungry. So, in your time, when you were just in the ground, how did you manage to keep away from the glare of this
Sir, one thing,
media?
there was not this much publicity those days. Particularly, there was no electronic media. We had print media, and news used to come very. But we never bothered whether we hardly read our news in the newspaper. Our intention was just to play the game for the sake of the game. That's all. I tell you, instead of anything for that matter, I tell you, any artist is there or any singer is there. What does he do? He keeps on doing his riyaz. Right? He is not bothered whether he is being televised or not, nothing. He comes, he do. Like that only we had this thing. Or you take any person loving a woman or girl, how mad he becomes after her. Likewise, we had love for football and we kept on doing it. We never bothered for publicity, we never bothered for money. I tell you one thing, today's problem is, one thing, they are not good people to advise youngsters. Number one. Number two is, from childhood itself, their dream is how much money I can earn, how much name I'll get. No, I personally feel if you become a good player, automatically publicity will come to you. Automatically money will come to you. So you should concentration should be, I should become a good player. That's all. And otherwise, if you go for small things like money or name and fame, it is not everlasting. And I'm confident then nobody will be able to play football at the age of 71 years or 80 years. I played about 10 days back. I played a veterans match about 40 minutes.
So, sir, you represented India in many countries, and you also went to Rome. And I want to know that what were your golden moments throughout your career?
So, as a player, there are plenty of good matches I played, but one was at Singapore when I played against Singapore as a very young boy of I think I did 20 years or so, and that was immediately after my graduation. I went for pre-Olympics to Indonesia. while returning we played a match there. And then the Taj Club from, first Taj Club from Iran came in 669 here. Air Force, I was in Air Force at the time. I had joined Air Force. I joined Air Force in 1982 and took voluntary retirement as squadron leader in 83. So I was playing for Air Force. That match against Taj Club, Air Force, the game we played, I think old timers still appreciate it. Then another match was with Mohan Bagan in Durand. I've got plenty of them, but 3-4 matches I can't forget as a player. But what happened? My playing life was cut very short. Reason being that when I joined Air Force, 1 year during training, they did not allow me to go for India or state team, and then I missed 62 Asian Games because of that. But when I became an officer in 62, Chinese war was on. So another 8-10 months I could not play because of the war. So 2 years I had to give up football. I played in India for India and I even captain North India team. But in 19, I passed referee's exam in 60. But in 70, I started doing class 1 matches of India. 70 to 89, I was doing class 1 matches of India. And 74 to 89, I was international referee, FIFA referee. I have refereed matches from Korea to Jordan. 33 international matches I have refereed, but which no one in India has done till date. They have not broken my national record. So then I took to coaching. I passed from NIS in 68, and from then onwards I have been coaching Air Force services. Then I went to after leaving Air Force, I coached Sargaonkar. Then I coached Mohammed Sporting, Mahindra, and Jammu is coming back. And without any stars, God gave me very good results. In 1998, we won Durand with Mahindra, beating East Bengal in the finals. I did not have a single star player.
Sir, you might have just lost some matches in your career. How did you manage to keep your cool?
Plenty of matches we lost. You'll see teams like Manchester United, or in India if you see Hyderabad Police or Mohan Bagan in East Bengal, later on JCT, these are the teams who have the best players of the country, so they win more matches. But generally second-rate teams or teams for which you play, we lose more. But we always see, I'll tell you, this is where sports teach you perseverance. You fall, still you get up. You fall, still you get up. You fall, ultimately you succeed. So when you succeed, that's a good achievement for you. And if you are unable to win as player, you win as coach, you win as referee, or any discipline of the game.
Sometimes we see in the press that somewhere a football match was just played and there was some violence due to some foul language, foul play, and some judgment of referees or some other management. So there is a violence. So how did you just give some message to such players?
It's very unfortunate. We are not fighting a war. We don't go into the field to kill somebody. This is how you are trained. Because I'll tell you, in my days, we were trained not to talk to referee, not to hit an opponent intentionally. While playing the game, it happens, it's a football body play, it happens, but not intentionally. Then the thing was, you be magnanimous in victory as well. If you win, go and shake hands, say bad luck and all. If you lose, perfectly all right, it happens in the game. So, but thing is, it is how a child is taught. What happens, these people who become violent, they don't get good teaching from their parents or from their tutors, from their teachers. That is very important. And I was lucky enough, apart from my parents, and I had very good teachers. I'm from All Saints High School, Hyderabad. I had very good set of teachers who taught us values. But today's education, it is valueless education. Earlier it was value-based education. Today's education is only to earn money. Earlier education was to make you a good human being. That is the difference.
Finally, I would just like to have a few words from you to the modern players, particularly football players.
So I'll tell them one thing. First and foremost thing, love the game. You will come up. Number one. Number two, never become violent. Never, it's okay. Claiming is all right, but not protesting at the referee judgment, because the referee is also a human being. He can also, when I commit a mistake, I miss the goal from 2 yards, referee can also commit. So the thing is, play the game. And one more thing I want to advise them, because I see plenty of boys in the city and all, they remain awake, glued to the TV or moving in the market up to 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. They cannot become players. You have to have, you have to impose self-discipline. You have to decide, yes, I'll sleep not before 10 o'clock, later by 10 o'clock, and get up 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and good habits, and diet and all. See, I'll tell you something. We have to move according to the place we live. We belong to a poor country. I cannot tell my players, eat chicken every day. I'll tell whatever God has given me, be happy and eat. It will become blood. If you eat chicken, mutton, biryani and keep cribbing, then that will not help you. The diet part of it. Discipline is very important. Very, very important. If there is no discipline, you cannot come up in life. You have to have self-imposed. Even now I tell you, so rarely I remain awake. When I remain awake, next day is gone. I try to sleep later by 11 because I don't play. My playing days, I used to sleep between 9:30 and 10 and get up 4:35. And that has to be there, and practice. Practice makes one perfect. More and more. Coach will not be there with you throughout time. Whatever coach teaches, try to become perfect. Reach near perfection. Then you will become a good player.
Thank you.
My pleasure, sir.